So you guys are brand new real estate agents. You guys want to be like the professionals? I got 6 tips for you guys coming from the pros. How's it going, guys? My name is MJ and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about 6 big takeaways that I got from my first orientation class here in Las Vegas. I'm a licensed real estate agent and about to embark on this new career, and hopefully it's going to be well. In all seriousness, I really want to excel on this career. I really have the knack for it, I believe. I love crunching numbers, and I think I got a long way to go, that's for sure. So first things first, I want to clearly recognize the professionals that gave us the classes yesterday. I think I can disclose them by their first name, but you guys are going to have to just look them up here in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas REALTORS.com. That's the association that is basically the one that keeps the standards here in Las Vegas, or in Nevada, the whole Nevada state, that keeps the standards and complies with the law and everything that is real estate related. It was a two-part course yesterday. The first course was from David Berg, so I'll give you guys 3 takeaways that I got from him, very big ones, to say the least. I definitely suggest you guys to stick around for the whole video because I got some books that I'd like to recommend to you guys coming from the pros. To start it off, we got the first instructor. His name was David Berg. The first thing that he gave us was about scripts. When you talk to people, whether it may be on the phone or person to person, might as well have a script ready because it's one that you've practiced, one that is assured, one is effective basically. And the things that he pointed out when you do practice your scripts, which naturally what you want to do is to, if you would do it with a family member or a friend, if you don't have any that is available, definitely use a mirror, practice eye contact. This is very basic, but I personally don't do it, so I got to start doing it. Practice with anyone. And also he pointed out that it only takes 3 seconds to make a first impression to people. I think it's about 5 or 10 seconds, but if he says it's 3, then that's the range, 3 to 10 seconds, and that's very short. That's less than an elevator pitch. So I would really keep it very professional, very brief, and definitely prepare your answers whenever a question comes up. I wish you would have gave short answers versus long answers and how you would want to do that. But then again, that's kind of a research for you to do. You want to do like a salesman, car salesman talk, car salesman pitch, then that's something that you'd have to research it. I would want to learn more. And last but not least, he said, track everything. Track everything. That means if some person asks you a question and you know for a fact that you can expand on your answers towards that question, write it down and then make it better for the next time. Definitely evolve your questions and answers, track everything. And he also said to look up Toastmasters. As a membership that works on negotiating and also communication altogether. So that's very powerful. I think I'm gonna join it sometime soon. So number 2, the thing that he wanted to emphasize was the community involvement. So here in Las Vegas, there's a lot of sports that are coming up. The Raiders are here. WNBA, we got hockey, the Golden Knights, we got baseball. We got a lot of things that are going on, and hopefully soon to come to our city is the NBA. I'm a basketball fan, though sometimes the NBA calls gives me the apprehension why I'm watching it, but I watch it anyway. He emphasized find groups in social media, become definitely social media savvy. Find groups on Facebook, find groups at your local community, sporting events, sporting games. He also even said very vivid example of connecting with people who wait for their kids while they're at the elementary school. So parents that are just in their SUVs in front of the school, maybe connect with them, talk to them. That's gonna take some um, boldness, definitely. And with that said, I think from my experience in the my previous job or my currently furloughed job, it has something to do with sales or pitching in products from the job, and comes with that comes with boldness and not being shy. Definitely something that I need to practice on. That is also related to scripts. When you have random people that you have to come up with to get the quota, if you have a quota per week or per month, you have to meet it. So you just have to be bold and not be shy and just expect for the worst. And when the worst comes out, just brush it off. And then that's when the scripts come in handy, because you want to make it better for each and every interaction with the person. You want to know your city as a whole. You want to know your numbers. The MLS system gives you compiled statistics of what is the median price during May 2020 or June, or and what could be. You cannot forecast. By the way, you cannot forecast, not like your stock picks, but you want to know the trend, if it's going up or maybe going down. But you cannot foresee the future. I just want to emphasize that. You want to know the house inventories and also the median prices and the prices and stuff like that. So that's learning your city and also community involvement. That all comes together in a mesh along with your scripts. And lastly, he said, which is very important, is to work your schedule around your family. Every real estate agent is going to be different. Every real estate agent has a different kind of life, whether it may be with kids, without kids. Definitely, and especially with kids, and especially with the wife or your spouse, work your schedule around it, because it matters, and it goes along with the 20-80 rule, 80-20 rule, 80-20 principle, because you want to do as much ROI as possible with your limited time, so, and limited energy. Definitely use that principle. I recommend the book. I'm actually reading the book right now as an audiobook. So if you're interested with the book, link down below. Second part of the course yesterday was about standards and conduct in the law. And that was instructed by Norma Paddock. Thank you very much. So the second course was about standards, conduct, and basically the law. And that was instructed by Norma Paddock. First thing that she emphasized was basically ethics and its relationship with the law and the real estate here in Las Vegas. She emphasized the difference between state, county, and national and federal, things like that, NRS, NAC, and the NAR, which leads me right away to her next point, her second point. So the ethics part was very broad. What we did were to read and talk about case studies, which were really helpful, really engaged us as a class, and talked about how we should approach the clients in antitrust laws, price fixing. We talked about advertising. The things that she emphasized, which points leads me to point number 2, her second lesson, was to start learning your post-licensing classes right away. Start doing your CEs, your continuing education, because I personally took my test, I think December 2019, January 2020. I think I definitely took it more than once. And after that, a whole hiatus of not learning anything real estate. So just to give you an example, I pretty much forgot maybe a good 70% of it. So it's my job and my duty to relearn it, study my old books again, study my old notes, and contributive to that would be doing your CEs right away, which makes sense because you don't want to cram it all before your deadlines. and it makes sense to regurgitate and really apply the lessons that you learn in class to the field. She also gave lots of gems. For example, using apps will definitely help you consolidate and also make it more efficient for your time, for everything that you do. It may cost. Some are free, some are not free. These are apps that you should use as part of your tool belt, as part of your arsenal, to come out and present yourself to clients professionally as possible. Last but not least, she gave out great books that she would recommend for us to read. I want to share it to you guys because I want you guys to get some value from this video. Click the links below. She said for negotiating skills, she would recommend Roger Fisher's and William Ury's Getting to Yes and Getting Past No. Those two books. Also, she said Relentless as from Tim Grover, and another leadership icon. I've heard of this and I've seen his books. I never really read it, from John Maxwell. So those two leadership books were definitely recommended. Tim Grover, Relentless, and anything from John Maxwell. And she also said get a coach if you can afford it. I know they can get pricey, but in the long run, it could be worth it. So she said Mike Ferry and Tom Ferry, they're both real estate coaches, and she was adamant about getting a mentor or a coach. I personally have a broker, and he's got over enough years in experience, and he's going to be my mentor. I definitely can't wait to roll through the experience that they have and definitely excel in the field. So after all of that, it was a Zoom class, and lo and behold, I got 2 certificates coming from them right away. It was mandatory, so I really needed it to pass, which was just basically staying in the class and paying attention. So that was easy. So challenge of the day, what is your next action? Which would it be? Would it be putting up some scripts? Would it be taking advantage of these books or getting involved in the community? So let me know in the comments below what would be your first action. Thank you guys for watching once again, and if you guys find this video valuable, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you guys find me anywhere in Las Vegas, I'm a Las Vegas realtor, licensed realtor, give me a shout out and say hi, and I'll see you guys on the next video. MJ Manuel here. Thank you so much.